What's good, crew? It's Rubber Cat, and coming back at you with another video. And today, hey, we got the developer sim up and running. We're gonna be testing out the new PB Luffy starter deck cards, man. Hey, man, it's an exciting video today. Now, look, I wasn't able to find any matches, but we did run against ourselves. We did some testing against ourselves. It is what it is, Ain't nobody better to test against anyway. So, first off, I want to give a shout out. Shout out to all the official members of the crew. If you want to become official member of the crew, man, that is a great way to support the channel. But just watching the video, liking, commenting, and subscribing helps the channel a lot. So if you do like the content, hey, hit that like and that subscribe button. That's free. But if you want to go all the way and walk the plank like my other homies here, like the other official crew members, hey, become a member today, man. It's in the channel. Let's get back to the video. So, before we start the video, the Discord is now live, crew. Also, we now got some merch. We released the custom leader card shirts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want to represent your leader in another way? Rock the custom leader card shirt, man. Hey, we're gonna be making some more custom leader cards. Right now, we got the blue purple Luffy, the UP Luffy custom leader card shirt. And then we got the BP Luffy custom leader card shirt. Hey, just go on the store page on my channel. You can check those out. I will be dropping some more. I'm working on the RP Luffy custom leader card shirt. And also we will be doing giveaways for custom leader cards to go with your shirt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's about to get wild on the ship. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get wild on the ship. But we'll go over how the shirt looks and all that. You can get a couple different colors we got here. We got the purple, we got the black. Yeah, this is how the back looks, and then this is how the front looks, and it's got the leader effect, everything on the shirt with it. Hey man, exciting times, exciting times. Let's get back into the video, crew. Alright, crew. So look, we got the new cards on the sim. It's not in the regular sim yet, but this is the dev version. So I was excited to check this out and show y'all my build I made so far, and I'm liking the build so far. A couple cards came up, a couple didn't, but we'll go over that as we get into the video. So we're not going to go over any of the standard cards really. We're just going to go over the cards that we don't usually play that we added in here. So we're playing the searcher law now. The simple fact is everything is searchable besides Gum Gum Giant in this build, so we decided to add the searcher law. Usually we don't play this because we're playing Kados and all that, but we're getting away from removal focus with these new cards, and we're basically becoming like a mid-range and just go wide, swing hard, buff our leader, and just go crazy like that. So we are running 4 of the searcher laws now. We cut our Zoros down to 3 because we got a new ramp piece. We still got the Black Marias, of course, as usual. We still kept our standard, 7 drop Sanjis at 4. Our Frankie's at 4. Now we got the new cards here. We got Soba Mass. I'm running Soba Mass at a 3 of because I don't want to see it too much, but I do want to see it. So it's searchable because it is Straw Hat Crew. The new card says if you have Sangoro or Sanji character with a 7,000 base power or more, give this card -5 cost in your hand. So you can play this card out for 2 Don if you have a Rush Sanji on the board, which is crazy. So this is a great card, and also on play it returns all of your Sangoro and Sanji characters to the owner's hand. So basically there's plays where you can play the Sanji out, swing if you got 2 open Don, play out the Soba Mass and get a 1k counter back in hand, or just get it back in hand to play it out the next turn and rest down our blocker again. So you can just keep chaining this back to back if you got the Soba Mass in hand, to basically just keep resting down their blocker and keep attacking in the face and keep that aggression on. We're running 4 of the Tony Choppers. This card hasn't came up in my testing yet because I wasn't testing against like purple really, but this is a great card to go against the mirror match or the BP Luffy matchup, the blue purple Luffy to be more specific. It's a great card. It says it's a blocker. It's 3 costs. Don -2. Rest up to one of your opponent's Don cards or characters with a cost of 1 or less. So this is a new Tony Topper card. Great card. Great effect, especially for like a mirror match. Then we're running 4 of the new Nico Robins. This is our new ramp piece. It's a 2K counter, Don -2. Add 1 Don from your Don deck and set as active. So this essentially is a Rona Zoro, but it's a 2K counter. It only has 4K attack, but you know, 1 Don on, you're attacking a relevant leader. So great card, great new card. I'm excited for this one. Now for the most cracked out card in the starter deck right here. We got on play / when attacking. Monkey D. Luffy here, 6 cost 7K, right? On play and when attacking. This, you know, 2 effects right there. Don -2. If your leader is multicolor and your opponent has 5 or more Don cards on their field, your Straw Hat Crew type leaders, base power becomes 7,000 to the end of your opponent's next end phase. So, 7,000 leader, anybody? Yes, 7,000 leader. This allows us to stay in the game a whole lot longer than we could before. It's a great card. It's a great 6 Don play. I would play this over the 6 drop new Secret Rush Luffy from EBO2 any day. This is a great card. Also searchable. We're running 3 of the black Sanjis. I know it's a shame we didn't get any black support in the starter decks. It's unfortunate, but I think they're getting away from the KO side of, you know, purple black Luffy and going more into like an aggro mid-range deck, which, you know, I like it. I can fuck with it. We are actually running 2 of the 9 cost Luffys as well. But I will have this deck list down in the description. Not that it matters. I guess I'm not gonna put it down in the description because it don't really matter. It's just the dev version. Actually, I'll put it in the description because when it comes out, then you can just, you know, pull the deck list from this video and test it out for yourself. But yeah, we got 3 of the KO Sanjis here, and then we got, last but not least, the greatest card in the game, 4 Gum Gum Giants. Everybody knows what this does. If you don't, hey, you've been sleeping under a rock for sure. But hey, man, that's it for the deck profile. We're gonna get into these matches right here, and you know, hey, oh yeah, by the way, we are playing a shit ton of 2K counters now. We're actually running this 6 cost Sanji as well. I forgot to go over this because this card right here is, you know, another great card, 2K counter. And if you go if you neg Don, since you will be playing these Monkey D Luffys now, you can go down -2 Don, like in 1 turn, and play this out for 3. So we did add that in. It is searchable 2K counter. So we're actually running 14 2K counters now, which is a great number to be at. Can't complain about that. So I forgot to go over that. But yeah, that's enough about the deck profile. Let's get into the matches. But before we do, hey Brooke, drop that beat. Alright, crew. So like I said, I had to play myself here. We are running against the purple green Luffy, you know, the menace of the meta. So that's gonna be our first little testing subject here. We're actually running my purple green Luffy build, which is really good. We're gonna keep our hand, but the purple green Luffy hand we're actually gonna mulligan. We do get into a Sanji pudding, which is great. We love to see it. Turn 1, we'll go ahead and use the Searcher Law, do our thing here. Alright, so we're at a 3 Don turn. We can use the Nico Robin here now to ramp us a Don active by Don -2, which activates our leader effect. So it's essentially the same thing as Rona Zoro, and we get to swing 7 at our opponent here, and more than likely they usually take it, so we just go ahead and take it there. We're on 4 Don turn, so here it's probably going to be a Rona Zoro play, and we're going to search probably, we already got a Gum Gum Giant. I'm thinking either a 2K or a Frankie or a Robin. And I'm probably gonna grab the Frankie. Yeah, we grab the Frankie because the next turn we play our Sanji pudding out, we can play the Frankie out as well, and our ramp is back up to, you know, even. So we're looking good on both sides right now. We play the 6 drop Luffy out. We don't get the effect because our opponent doesn't have 5 Don yet, but that's fine. We still can do his effect to get an active Don with our leader effect, and that allows us to attack with Robin at 5 and then leader at 5. And you know, we're gonna counter out of that because we don't want to take too many hits this early, especially not, you know, since we got some bodies on board. So here I swung 6 in the lead. Realistically, probably should have swung 6 into 4 here, but we're trying to get some cards out of hand, so you know, it is what it is. We still can swing 6 to 4 either way, you know what I'm saying? But if they would have took that hit, then they would have been able to possibly counter out and save the Robin, but I doubt they're gonna save the Robin, right? So we go 6 into 5 again, keeping up pressure. Definitely think I should have went into the Robin more than likely just to get that extra attacker off board. But we are getting some cards out of their hand, well, out of my hand, but you know, it is what it is. We don't want to go down too low because we know after the Sanji put in turn and they got stage, I'm not activating stage, but you know, either way it goes, I'm not going to use my KO effect if I have stage on board. I did activate it this time, but I'm not going to activate it every turn because, you know, I'm playing against myself, so I know I can't pop something if they would have activated stage. You see what I'm saying? There's no point in me worrying about doing that interaction every turn. But they definitely, I definitely should have got this Nico Robin off the board because, you know, it can attack. So I play out the other 6-drop Luffy here. I don't use his effect right away because I do have one on board already, and it is a win attacking effect as well. So we're going 6 into 6 with the Nico Robin here. I give him a 2K. Now we're gonna go 7 into 6 here and activate his effect. I'm -2, then re-ramp with our leader. He gives a 2K. Well, I give myself a 2K. It's hard to like commentate for yourself, you know what I'm saying? So now my leader's a 7K lead. We're swinging another 7 into 6 here, just trying to get pressure on his board. Of course, he's not going to give it to us because, you know, he wants to keep everything he's got on board right now. We don't have the 6-drop Luffy, but we do got another searcher, which is great to play. So we play out the Zoro here. We grab another Zoro here because we can play that one out as well. Here we put 1 on Zoro. We swing 7 into 4. We could have just went 6 into 4 there, but making sure they don't get it off the board is good as well. Now we're gonna do leader effect, stand 2 Don active, get another Don from the Don deck. We play out the Zoro here. I do think that's a misplay in my mind because I should have swung into whatever I was gonna swing into first. So we're gonna swing, well, we do the stage effect. Swing 7 into 7 here. Yep. Then we're going to swing 7 into 7 here. Doesn't matter if we swing in the leader or board, it's the same as that thing. I mean, they could take the leader hit, but I'm gonna counter out anything anyway. Just from, you know, my viewpoint, keeping everything on board is what I'm gonna try to do. Now, arguably, I could have not played the Zoro out and went 9 over 7, which probably could have got me the body. But we play a 9-drop out here. We only do Don -1 instead of 2. That way we can benefit off this effect right here, off the new Luffy effect. So we do the new Luffy effect, swinging into the Frankie, 7 over 4. Now our leader's a 2K leader. We got 2 open Don. Let's see what we do here. I don't think we'll be able to get this Sanji Pudding off the board. So we're gonna swing 8 over the Zoro. No effect on this Luffy because we already used one of the Luffy's effect. It's not going to benefit us to drop down too low and Don. Now we're going to attempt to swing 10 over Sanji Pudding. We give a Gum Gum Giant here to save the Sanji Pudding, which makes sense because saving that card is you know, crucial to the game plan. We swing another 7 with leader into the Sanji Pudding, and he gives us a 1K counter, which is, you know, cool. He saved the Sanji Pudding. He's got 2 Zoro on board. He's got a decent amount of bodies on board. We are both at 3 life apiece. Plays out a second Sanji Pudding here, which can be very, very annoying for us. Do leader effect. They get the ramp with both Sanji Puddings back up. But we are a 7k leader. We do only have 3 cards in hand. Swing 7 at us first. Trying to get some cards out of hand, which makes sense here. Now let's see what is done. Puts 1 on lead. Swings another 7 into us here. We take that one. Arguably could have went into board there, but I don't think it matters. Swing 7 into 7. Sticking with the strategy of going wide as possible here. He, playing out the rush Luffy, swinging another 7 in, leaving the Sanji Pudding and 2 Zoro standing, so we can't even attack into them if we wanted to. We're in a situation now. It's like, well, we could go for game, but we're playing it safe here. Probably gonna be a Frankie play. Yep, play out Frankie. Down -2. Trash the Zoro brick or Rona Zoro brick. We need to get this rush Luffy off board for sure, especially since we can't kill him here. Like, arguably we could have just split down and went for game, right? In a perfect world, but possibility they can counter out of that and then kill us on the crack back, because we do only got 2 life and they got a shit ton of bodies on board. So we swing with the new Luffy, do the Luffy effect. Now we got a 7k lead. We're swinging another 9k over to Sanji Pudding. We get it that time. He saved it the first time. We're swinging 7 into 7 here. He lets it go, of course, because we do got another 10k swing. They have no open Don. Thinking here we can play out the Rona Zoro, uses effect just to Don -1 to get another one back active and go wide ourselves. And this will be the new strategy going forward, and I like it. I fuck with it. So now they're in a situation where they probably have to go for game, but it's gonna be rough to go for game. So play out the 7 cost rush Sanji, which a lot of green purple Luffys don't play that card, so they wouldn't even be able to do that. And we use leader effect here. We got a 6k lead. Sanji Pudding ramps 1 back. We're just gonna go 7 into 7 here. Give him a 2k there for that. Probably another 7. 7 into 7 here. They only have to get 3 attacks through, right? But we are a 7k leader. So let's see what we do here. 2 on Zoro. I meant to put 3 on Zoro, but then I would only been able to attack. Well, yeah, I could attack 9 and 9. I don't think it would have mattered, because I do have the Gum Gum Giant hand either way. But I was trying to figure out a good way to split. It should have been 1 on lead, swing another 7 in. Then I would have had to give him the 2k, right? Well, I gave him the 2k either way. So 3 on Zoro here. Swings 9 over 7. I would have took. So it wouldn't have mattered how the Don got split here. We would have been able to survive either way. So, there's that. We didn't even have to use the Gum Gum Giant that way, but even if we had to use the Gum Gum Giant, we would have survived. And then it's all these attacks in on lead. And of course, no open Don, because we did have to go for game there in that situation, or we just lose. And we swung 7 with both the 6 cost Luffys. Got him down to 1 life. We put 3 or 4 Don onto the Zoro, swing 8 over 6, and then we swing 10 over 6 with the rush Luffy. And yeah, that would have been GG's there. Let's get on to the rematch because I didn't feel like I played that one, efficiently on the green purple Luffy side. So we're gonna run another match. It's always weird playing against yourself because you can see the cards in hand, but I try not to think about that when I'm playing against myself. I just play the best I can with both decks, or how I would play in general if I was playing that deck, and go from there. So we did see the stage going second, which is nice. We got a Search Tsunami here. We don't see any Sanji Puddings off the Search Tsunami search, but we do see a Zoro, which will help us get into that. We play out the Frankie. As y'all know, I like to play Frankie in the Sanji Pudding. Perfect line of play, perfect curve for us here. We pass up the turn. Okay, we're on 6 Don here, and they are on 5 Don because we use the Frankie. So we can play out the 6-drop Luffy now, the new 6-drop Luffy. We're a 7K leader now. It's probably gonna be 6 with Zoro into lead. Give us a 2K, okay. And then 7 in, and they're probably gonna take this one. And yep, they do. They get the Sanji Pudding, so that's nice for them. Play out Sanji Pudding here. Use effect. Use stage buff for Sanji Pudding. So we couldn't KO if we wanted to. 3 on Frankie here. Swinging 7 over the Zoro and ramping a Don rested to get him back to that even Don amount. This is why I like Frankie into Sanji Pudding for green purple, which is nice. Okay, then we're putting 1 on lead, swinging 7 into 7, and we just counter out of that. Keep it pushing. They pass it up. They got 1 open Don. Sanji Pudding on board and a Frankie rested. Alright, so we got the Rush Sanji in hand and the Soba Mask, and we're on 8 Don. So I'm going to show you a new 8 Don play. We play out the Sanji. We only Don -1 because we do got the Luffy on board. So we swing 7 with the Luffy, then we use the Luffy's effect to Don -2, which activates our leader effect, buffing us to 7K lead, ramping us a Don rested, and ramping us a Don active. So now we got 2 active Don. We swing 7 over their 6K lead, swing another 7 over their 6K lead. They counter out. We're getting really aggressive. Then we use the 2 active Don to play out the Soba Mask, returning our Rush Sanji to hand. Now we got a 7 cost 9K on the board. We got our Rush Sanji back in hand, so even if they play out a blocker, we can just rest it down and keep the pressure up. They play out another Sanji Pudding here, so now they got 2 Sanji Puddings on board, which is great for them. They ramp back up. They got 8 active Don after that play. Swing 7 into our board here over the Monkey D. Luffy. I'm probably gonna save this. Play a 2. Give him a 2K for that. I want to keep the Rush Sanji in hand in case he plays a blocker out. Play out the Zoro here. Just searching. We could have grabbed another Sanji Pudding there, but we need counter in hand, so I grabbed a 2K. That's gonna leave us enough Don to play out the Robin, leave 1 open Don, but we can't swing with our leader now because our leader's only 6K and Purple Black Luffy leader is a 7K leader because of the new Luffy. So now here we're probably gonna start off with a 9 into 7. Okay, so we give him the Gum Gum Giant here because we don't want this Sanji Pudding to go off the board for free. Let's see what we do here. We're gonna play out the Rush Sanji now because we didn't block with the Nico Robin, and we're playing like we don't have hand knowledge, of course. So I think the Gum Gum Giant probably was the best line of play there to save that. Pause. I think the Gum Gum Giant probably was the best line to counter out of that first initial attack because we could have swung bigger into it and then could have just blocked it with the Nico Robin. But we did have hand knowledge of them having the Rush Sanji in hand, so we probably should have just blocked out of that anyway, right? But it is what it is. This is kind of how it's gonna work when you're first testing out the build. I know I had hand knowledge, but I already knew I had hand knowledge because I'm playing both of the decks, right? So kind of just, you know, that was a misplay for sure. We should have just blocked out the Nico Robin there, but we didn't. So it is what it is. We still save it with a 2K, 1K, or 2K, 1K. Then we're going another 7 in over it just to see if we can get another card out of hand because we are down to 2 cards. Swing 2K into the swing 2 over 2 using our Searcher Law into their Nico Robin. They do get to get the search. They search the Rush Luffy, which is cool. Then we're swinging 7 into 6 here, and they take. That's awesome. That's awesome. So they're down to 1 life here. Probably going to be another scenario where they want to go for game. Let's see how it goes. Well, we are a 7K leader, and we do have an active Don. Plays out the 6 drop 7K Rush Luffy from EBO2. Use leader effects, Don -2, stand 2 Don active, and then gain 1 Don back with the Sanji Pudding, so they're at 5 active Don now. Playing out the Searcher to see if we can get some to counter or another Gum Gum Giant, something to survive this next turn. Probably gonna be 7 and a 7. Could go 9 and a 7. It's a hard choice. Hard choice here. This is the kind of choices they're gonna have to make when they're playing against this new version of PB Luffy. So swinging 7 into 7 here, we give him a 2K. I think we'll put 1 on the Rona Zoro, swing another 7 into 7. The only way we can save this is the Gum Gum Giant because we don't have any more counter. Then it's probably gonna be another 7 into 7 with the Rush Luffy. And we have to let this go because we don't have any more counter in hand. But I do pause, you know, just to bait myself out like they would in a real game. Swing another 7 into the Rush Sanji now. Okay, we got both those bodies off board, so they're now stuck with only a Soba Mask. We only have a Soba Mask on board now. We do got the 9-drop Rush Luffy in hand, but we are only on 8 Don, unfortunately. So we're swinging 9 into 6 here. Gives us a Gum Gum Giant. That's unfortunate there. Goes up to 10K. Okay, that's nice. We do got the Rush Luffy. So, or not the Rush Luffy. We do got the new 6 cost Luffy, which can buff our lead to 7K, which will help us survive this next turn. Thinking here what I need to do. I say we put 2 on our leader and probably try to swing over this Rush Luffy. We have to get the Rush Luffy off the board. There's like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But they do have another open Don, and I would be skeptical about swinging into it, but I have to. So we go 9 over the 7 cost Rush Luffy, and we get it. Okay, that's nice. Let's see what we do now. Pass the turn. They play out another Rush Luffy. Okay. Use leader effect. Stand 2 Don up. Get 1 back with the Sanji Pudding. Now it's probably going to be 7, 7, 7, 7. Yeah. You would think. Yep. 7. 7 over 7 here. We give them a 2K. Because they have to get 4 attacks through, right? They have to get 4 attacks through. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't think they can survive another turn. We do got an active Don, which would be very scary for our opponent in a regular game where they don't have hand knowledge like I do. But you know, it's good practice to leave them open Dons. So they're playing a Search Nami here. They search a 2K. Alright, so we're looking good right now. Just buffing with the stage for the hell of it. We play out another stage. We draw into another 2K, so that's nice. So it's going to be 7 into 7 again. We have to take it. and it's probably gonna be another 7 and a 7. But we wouldn't be able to leave open Don. If we want to swing 2 more 7s, we wouldn't be able to leave open Don. Yes, we'll get him down to 0, but the chances of us dying is very likely. I think leaving 2 open Don would probably be the correct play, just in case you got into a Gum Gum Giant off the last life for sure. But they're on 10 Don. We play out the 9 drop rush Luffy and, you know, draw a card. We only Don -1 with him, like I said, because we do have our 6 drop Luffy that we're going to use here for his effect. Swinging the 6 drop Luffy 7 over 6, using his effect, buffing our leader to 7. That's an easy 2K counter for our opponent though. So I'm like, alright, we either need to clear their board or kill them this turn. They got 2 open Don, so realistically I don't think I would be able to kill them. But we can try to go for board and see what they do. So I think 9 over the rush Luffy here would probably be correct. No, we're going 9 in the lead. So yeah, we're going for game here, it looks like. 2K, 2K, okay. So they had to protect out of that, you know, to be fair. But now they only got 1 card in hand, and I'm like, you can't Gum Gum Giant with 1 card, right? So we swing 7 in, and then it would be 12 in for game. So yeah, theory there is we either had to clear board or we had to kill him, right? Swinging 9 over 7 is easier to get out of than swinging 9 over 6, which is their leader. They only got 1 life. We had 3 attacks there. We didn't have much Don to work with after, you know, our play. But we had to do what we had to do right there, and it was go for game for sure. And we got the game. Let's get on to the next match, crew. Alright, crew. So this is the final little test match. You know, we didn't want to do too much. Once this releases on the sim, we will drop another video on it. But you know, I figured I wanted to get y'all some info out on how it feels to play this deck right now, and it feels pretty good. So we're going against Shanks here. We are going first, they're going second. Play out a Building Snake, and then they play out a Searcher Uda. And here, I was not trying to search the Building Snake. I misclicked on it. I was going to get a 2K, probably the Hongo here, and I accidentally clicked on the Building Snake. It is what it is. It happens, bro. Misclicks happen on the sim, unfortunately. We play out the Zoro here. We ramp. There's probably going to be 7 in the lead. Swing 7 into the leader here. They take it, which is cool. You know, Shanks is 5 life. We don't mind taking 1 life. Okay, 4 Don turn. We're going to swing 5 into leader here. Takes the hit. Then we're going to play out the Lucky Roo, and then we're going to pass here. Okay, we're on 6 Don. They are only on 4 Don, so we won't get to use the Luffy effect. So it's probably going to be, since he does have a Lucky Roo on board, I like the idea of swinging 5 here, just so he can free use leader effect. And then just play out the Monkey D. Luffy, and then just pass. Don't even swing leader. And this is a play I do against Shanks all the time, and they, you know, they don't expect it. You know, they expect you to swing so they can get their free Lucky Roo play, huh? I still can do the Don -2 effect even though they're only on 4 Don, just to get that extra Don active for emergency Gum Gum Giant, just in case we needed it, even though we don't need it. They're on 6 Don here. They do have Divine Departure, so they're going to Divine Departure our Luffy straight off the board, which is annoying. They're swinging 5 into our Rona Zoro here, which they didn't have to. They could have swung in the leader because they do have the Lucky Roo on board. But, you know, it is what it is. 1K counter out, cool. We're on 8 Don here. Doing another 5 swing into lead. That's the easy leader effect there. Then we're going to play out our other 6 drop Luffy. Do his effect, 7K leader. Now we got 3 active Don to work with. Let's see what we choose to do. We're going to put 3 on law and swing 5 into 5 here. Probably gonna be the Lucky Root block, or actually just give us a 1K. Probably give us a 1K here, and then block the leader attack with the Lucky Root, just so we don't have to give up extra counter. KO the Ronozoro, and we're looking good. All right, so we want to get this monkey D Luffy off board. We do have the building snake we played earlier, so we use the building snake. We play out the new gate, give one to our lead, and rest the new gate down to KO the Luffy. We're not letting that stay on board, and we can't swing in the leader, but we do a skill check anyway on ourselves, just for the hell of it, because you know it is what it is. We're on 10 Don though. We play out the 9-drop Luffy here. We get to draw a card. We're swinging 6 into 5 probably here. And they take, of course, because they do want to protect this new gate, which makes sense. Leader effect on our 9-drop Luffy drops him down to 9, and that's an easy 2K to save the new gate. And that's why I like this new gate, because it is a menace on the board. So we have a building snake, a new gate on board, and we can probably get rid of this 10-drop Luffy right now with just the building snake and a divine departure. So building snake, divine departure, KO the 9-drop rush Luffy. Feels fucking bad. Swing 5 into 5 here. We give them a 1K for the 5K attack. Then they play out, or swing with Newgate, 8 over 5. We have to take that one. Then they play out a Tony Chopper, which is annoying. They got a blocker now. We do have the Rush Sanji in hand, and we draw into the Soba Mask. So we play out the Rush Sanji, do his effect, rest down the blocker here. Rest on the blocker. Let's see what we do. Thinking if I can try to get this Newgate off board. Probably put 3 on Sanji and swing in a Newgate, right? Probably swing 5 would lead first, but we didn't do that. We're gonna swing 6 into 5. They take, and then thinking here what I should do. Yeah, we're just gonna swing 7 into 5 here, try to get them down to 1 life. They take it. Okay, cool. Play out the Soba Mask for 2 probably. It's a bigger attack they have to worry about or get rid of. Yeah, play out the Soba Mask for 2 and return the Rush Sanji to our hand, so get that 1K counter back in our hand for this next turn here. Okay, they're on 10 Don. Play out a Building Snake. Use the Building Snake effect. Minus our Soba Mask and trash with the Beckman. This deck is like fucking playing against Lucci, bro. Like, no lie. Like, this removal build of Shanks is like playing Lucci. You just remove everything, and there's literally nothing they can do about it. Play out the Uda here. Search into the 10-drop Rush Shanks. Could have been argued to search counter there, but we need to go for game here pretty soon, which makes sense. Alright, cool. So, in this situation here, I only have one option. I have to go for game. I got the 10-drop Gear 5 Luffy in hand, and we're going to play it out. We're going for game. There's nothing else we can do here. So, you know, it's going to be swing 6. Swing 6, and either have to block or counter out of this one. Preferably counter out of this one if they want to survive. But we already know that we don't have counter in hand. We don't know that on this side, you know, when we're playing against them. We're just going for game, and this is how we would go for game. No matter who he's playing against, right? No matter the hand knowledge or anything. Alright, ramp up. We're at 5 Dons, probably going to be swinging 10. I think about playing the blocker here, and I'm thinking about what he has on board. If we could survive with 1 blocker, I don't think we can, so we would have to go for game here. We go for game. We could have played out the Frankie blocker arguably, and then cycled out one of our bricks. set on a Gum Gum Giant and a Frankie blocker, but they do have a Newgate on board, which can easily get rid of it. And we swing 10 and we swing 11. Cool. So yeah, that's the game right there. Let's get back to the deck profile, crew. Yeah, so far, I'm liking the build where it's at. I probably would want to get another Gear 5 in because Gear 5 is just too good. Probably go down to 2 Soba Mass. I think 2 is a good number. But right now, like where it's at, I like where it's at now. We're seeing our ramp every game, you know, because we are playing a shit ton of ramp. We're seeing our Rush Luffy, or not our Rush Luffy, but the new Luffy. They buffs our leader. This card is very important. That's why we're playing the Searchers now. I like the deck where it's at, and I like where it's going forward. Let me know in the comment section below what y'all think about this build, and let me know what you would change around. And hey, I appreciate everybody who watches, I appreciate everybody who likes, and I appreciate everybody who comments. Hey man, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one, man. Peace.